Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic Arena draft. With today we have the new release of the next set, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm going to be doing a pick 2 draft, as this one is mainly made for pick 2, though Arena has made the regular Premier draft available also, though I may give that a go at a later date, but because this set is more targeted towards pick 2, I think I'll give the pick 2 go first. I'm just doing my intro before we start the draft, as because it's being pick 2 and I actually don't know every single card available, I might be a little bit rushed trying to read some of the cards as quickly as possible, so I apologise if I don't get to kind of mention every card that I would recommend picking, as again I'm still going to be learning as we kind of play. So with that intro over and said and done, let's kind of head into our draft and see if we can kind of get some good old turtle ninja decks. So yeah, super excited. So I'll see you on the other side when the draft starts. Okay, here we are for our draft, and let's have a look at what we've got for our pick, or pack 1 picks 1 and 2. Oh, there's a bonus sheet negate there. So our rare is a Leonardo's Technique Sneak. Return 1 or 2 target creature cards, each with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So I remember seeing something about a white-black sneak, and I did kind of like ninjutsu in Kamigawa, as it kind of made blocking a little bit awkward and kind of forces the opponent to maybe do some awkward blocks in fear of ninjutsuing something out. And obviously there's another one here, so maybe if I try and pick those 2 cards now. I know the timer is quite short as well in these kind of pick 2 drafts, so there's an April O'Neil. Whenever April deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, draw that many cards, then discard a card. So you can, that's pretty good looting away. There's another sneak in Foot Ninjas there. So I guess the turtles, and I guess they call them the enemies or the baddies, also have some sneaks. So I guess I'll take these 2. Oh, that was a bit of a strange warning. Okay, so what have we got now? Any more sneaks in here? Okay, so there's no sneak cards now. There's a Mighty Mutanimals. When this enters, you create a 2/2 red mutant, and it has an alliance when another creature you control enters. You can put a counter on target creature. So you don't have to put the counter on itself. But I guess having a 2/1 and a 3/3, because I guess it triggers immediately when the token enters. So maybe that's kind of quite a nice sneak card to return. And what else is there in black? There's a 1 mana, 1/1 Death Touch. Target creature discards 2, and target player draws 2 and loses 2. That's not too bad as a nice draw. And could just take a 1 mana Death Touch as a bit of an awkward one, but maybe if I take the draw as well as possible discard. Okay, it's Shredder's Armor. Equipped creature gets +2/+1, and when this equipment enters, attach it to a target creature, and then it's sacrifice another non-land permanent, activate only once. I think there's green, is it green-black kind of revolt, even though it's not called revolt. There's a plain cycling. When Jenica enters, create a 2/2 red mutant with land cycling. It looks like some of the tap lands are also back. 4 mana, 2/4 flyer. Oh, Tunnel Rats enters bat. I guess I'll again stick with these ones for the white, possibly, as there's a bit of white coming around. Turtle Power Flash. Turtles you control get +2/+2. I don't think I'm going to take that. Literally have 1 turtle at the moment. And there's a black there. Okay, so maybe the black-white thing isn't really panning out. So maybe I should look at some blue, which is more of the artifacts. Or maybe I can look at like kind of the black-green. Target with your food from your graveyard to your hand. So that could trigger the... Okay, so this is my pack now. And so yeah, maybe the blue's kind of coming around. Maybe I should be looking at some kind of blue instead. So yeah, lots of blue. I know blue-green was mutant, wasn't it? So maybe if I take land cyclers and look at some blue now. Okay, so a lot more blue came around. This says enters, create mutagen. Okay, well, this draft's going to be pretty awkward, I think. Maybe people are still trying to learn. Okay, so Karai's technique with sneak plus, you can choose one, although that's a pretty good removal, even without the sneak, and a good kind of combat trick. And then the red, cool but rude. Whenever you attack, you may discard. Whenever you discard, deals 2 damage. And what else have we got? There's the blue flying. When Ray Flit enters, create a mutagen, remove a counter, draw a card. So yeah, that's the green black, isn't it? The disappear. That's the kind of the key mechanic for the green black when it enters of opponents. So that actually might kind of even sort of work with the sneak still. So let's move this green stuff and the blue stuff again. Maybe I might get a bit of white, black coming from this direction, possibly. Because there's again another sneak there. So take these two. Oh yeah, okay, so another Karai's technique. And what is this? Rat King Verminster. Disappear, and at the beginning of your end step, if opponent left the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 token and put a counter on Rat King. You can sacrifice 3 rats to return target creature card and all other cards with the same name as that card. Might be okay as a nice 2/2 to continually trigger disappear. I guess there's a Tunnel Rats and another Foot Mystic. So yeah, maybe I can still push some blue, sorry, some black and white, like from this direction. So let's take these ones. Now the Shredder's Armor, Kitsune technique, sneak, target opponent mills half their library, rounded up with 1 and a blue sneak. Okay, so maybe there's going to be some like possible mill in the format. That I might take it because this is like my first draft, but this is probably a pretty bad card. So there's a Genghis Frog in the mutagen. So whenever a Genghis or another mutant you control, I can't remember what else it just took. It took Michelangelo. Never mind. Maybe I'll take a land cycler now, and maybe I can do some Esper stuff, or maybe I can stick with some green if I really need to splash. But actually, I think I might just take some blue. Don't think I'm going to take anything else. So yeah, maybe I can splash some blue. When it enters, return up to 1 other target artifact you control, or a 2 mana, which I can splash for. When it enters, create a 1/1 colorless. I guess it's a fine 2-drop, nothing exciting. And when it enters, return up to 1 other target artifact you control. Oh, it's the same one as before. Until end of turn, artifact you control becomes. Okay, there's a little bit of blue coming around, but I don't think there's anything too crazy at the moment. And Shredder's Armor. Did I take 1 Shredder's Armor? I did. I don't think I'll be playing a second one. Okay, so now on to the last pack, and we have got a Ravenous Robots, a Little Orphan Amphibian Alliance. Whenever another creature you control enters, hasn't been chosen, put a count on lead to create Scry. Exile target creature mana value 3. That's probably an okay removal. And an Anchovian Pizza, which I have seen before. Again, there's some more removal because I don't think my removal is great. So again, I'm just going to remove the blue for the time being. But it looks like I might have to go into a 3rd colour. I think just taking the black cards, I think now might give me some more black coming around. So Foot Ninjas, which would be quite nice, I suppose. Into a Savanti Romero times exile. Trample at the beginning of your combat. On your turn, put a counter on Savanti, and then you can draw X and lose X, where X is the number of counters. Seems an okay one. And another Karai's technique, actually. So yeah, 1, 2, I probably don't need all of these then. Disappear. This creature enters with 2 counters on it if a permanent left the battlefield, which I don't really have a way of triggering, but I guess I'll take another Karai, but it's probably not great. Actually, maybe I should take an April O'Neil as a 2-drop, that because that's what I'm looking for, is more creatures. I don't think I want a 3rd Karai's technique. A Pizza Face Gastromancer. Whenever a Pizza Face enters, create a food token, disappear at the beginning of your end step if a permanent left the battlefield. And your turn, you put 3 counters on it, up to 1 target artifact creature. Seems like a nice, okay splash. And a Foot Mystic, I guess, if I'm trying to do some more stuff, or a Flyer might be better as a 3-drop to trigger or be able to sneak into something. Anchovy and Pizza might be something. Actually, so do I want Shredder's Revenge still? I guess that's quite nice for some draw. Maybe just another cast. I guess you can't go wrong with too much removal, I suppose, but can't be too grey. I need some action, but I don't think I want anything else in that pack. Okay, the Foot Ninjas came back around. And do I want this green? And it does return up to 1 target creature or food from your graveyard. So I guess I can get back removal. I don't think I'm going to splash it. Putrid Pals might be okay now, but I might not want to. And I guess I can take a red-blue land or red. Yeah, don't think I'm going to be doing any of them. And okay, so a little bit of a strange draft there. Definitely need to make a couple of cuts and maybe look at some of the green. And do I want to think about doing the Kitsune's technique? Maybe. Seven mana, 7/7. Okay, do I want 2 of those Foot Ninjas? Okay, let's have a look at what we've got actually, because I might be able to make some of these other cuts. Like, do I want... I guess the Shredder's Armor is a way to trigger the disappear if I do want to think about having a green. Return 1 or 2 target creature cards with mana value 3. So I can get the Karai. I guess Insectoid is also a way for disappear and as flying. So I probably don't want the Shredder's Revenge, I guess. And April O'Neil's a way to get in for sneak. Don't know if I want this Land Cycler, though I might want to keep the Bebop. And then Foot Mystic. 4 mana 2/4 that makes a 1/1. This lifelink doesn't seem particularly great, honestly. Though the lifelink, I guess, can be quite nice. I think maybe the Mighty Mutamors is probably okay. I guess actually the Foot Mystic kind of triggers the Mutamals. And Maybe the 3-drop, then I don't really have too many 3-drops otherwise. I don't think I want a double white. That's actually pretty good, but I think you have to be pretty heavy in the mutagen token deck to make that kind of properly work. Like, I'm not actually fussed about this 2-drop, though it does make another 1/1. Don't think I'm going to be too fussed about the Shredder's Armor, honestly, even though it does trigger Disappear. I think I'd rather have the Sneak be my kind of main mechanic that triggers the Disappear. So then I guess with that I can add in maybe the Land Cycler again as a way, it's just a nice cycling card to make sure you get your land drops. And I can have in one more. So then do I want like the draw, or then do I just want to add in the mechanized cavalry again as just a 2-drop that I can eventually sneak and then recast? And again, it keeps the curve a bit lower to try and get this sneak out, and it works better with Leonardo's techniques. So yeah, maybe I'll add in one of them then. So I've got 2 land cyclers, and I probably still want to splash 17 land because the curve is pretty high. And I guess 2 forests is fine for Pizza Face. Because I didn't get a green land cycler, did I? I don't think so. So that might be one to have included instead of one of these land cyclers. Is Pizza Face worth splashing the green for? Put 3 counters on up to 1 other target artifact or creature, and if it isn't a creature, it becomes a 0/0 mutant. So I can actually put the counters on other creatures if I can trigger the Disappear. So I think it's probably worth actually splashing for. So yeah, let's head on to our first ever game of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with this strange Disappear and sneak deck. Not expecting too much because being the first draft, but let's hope that we can get at least 3 to 4 wins as usual. So yeah, let's head on to our first game and see how the deck does. Okay, here we are for our first game for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I am first with a very awkward slow hand, so I think that's probably a mulligan into, yay, one of my 2 forests. Okay, so we can actually cast something on turn 2, and don't think I want the technique this early. It's not really doing much, so I guess I'll bottom the technique. So yeah, just looking for lands now. Okay, that's a land, but not exactly the one I was looking for. I should have probably specified a swamp, please. An action crew news. Wow, that's pretty awkward. Maybe I need to double check what the plain swamp split is. A foot elite. Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature gets +1 and indestructible. Wow, that's quite a nice one. Especially against my board. It's awkward. Very, very awkward. And honestly, I have come to the bottom both of them because I can't cast anything without my swamp. So good to see 2 planes gone immediately. Also, Aprillonia not great against the opponent as can technically block. No, it's so bad if I triple block and they just have removal. It's just such a bad exchange if they just have something. So I think I'd have to just take it annoyingly. Into another Foot Elite. Yeah, well, I guess game 1 was not meant to be. Again, if this was literally just a swamp, I think I would be okay. Now, I'm going to chump one of them, but this is not great, and obviously they probably have got some kind of sneak incoming. Yep, Leonardo. Into an ice cream kitty. Well, I think it's probably too late, unfortunately, yeah, but obviously that's just put it in the nail in the coffin. Well, let's hopefully we can play a proper game and go into game 2. Okay, here we are for our second game, and annoyingly with these pick 2 drafts, it's 2 losses only to give. So hopefully I don't get one more loss, otherwise that would be an extremely quick draft, as this has only been going on for, what's it, 20 minutes now? Okay, so I am first, and I have all of my colours, and a little bit again of an awkward hand. It's quite high, but I think I keep being first. So maybe actually this draft, this format, you really need to kind of prioritise a more of a low curve possibly, and I will cycle this. Okay, what is this? Is a 1/3, and other artifacts get +1/+0. So opponent with their first red, you can place 5 to create a token, and that's a copy of another target artifact you control. That gains haste, and you sacrifice that end stab. Sure, it's a pretty good rare. And death in the family. Guess I'll just get my flyer down. Ultron Scientists, and taps but a stun counter, sure. Well, thank you Magic for both of my forests instead of another swamp. So I guess I'll just cast this, and I probably want to put the counter on the 3/3. So yeah, I think maybe my curve is just a bit too high. Especially if I'm trying to like sneak, because you maybe want to get like kind of cheaper creatures out early to be able to enable the sneak. Into a manhole missile, sure. Rat King. Mana value 3 or less, so I guess I could still sneak because of then triggering the Rat King. Though I guess I'm not using both modes, but I think it's probably still worth maybe, or nah, I think I'm gonna hold on to it. Doesn't seem worthwhile just to kill a creature. Though I suppose I could technically cast it again, but maybe I want to do it next turn. Spicy oatmeal pizza deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to you, sure. I'll take 1, that's fine. April O'Neil. Okay, well I need to keep 1 swamp. Glad to get that land to the bottom also out of the way. So I might just have the death in the family. Oh, actually, I should have actually done it now, because if they play a land, they can technically copy the pizza, I suppose. So if they cast something, I think I'm going to have to kill this now. Yeah. Yeah, there's the swamp, and then I can technique whatever they don't block, I suppose. So yeah, that's... well, I guess they can't block the April O'Neil anyway. So I kind of, I guess, want them to block my Rat King, so... I can obviously block that as well, anyways. Of course they can block it. So can choose both, can't I? Choose one or both, so yeah, +3, -3, so +3, minus the 3, and then return. And now I've just basically run out of action. I need to find something. At the beginning of your end step, if opponent left battlefield under your control, create a token, and okay, they can just recast it, I guess. Now it's not going great at all. Okay, so I guess I just push still. Don't think I really want to use the pizza on the nobody. So I kind of need to get them down to at least 3 as quickly as possible, because then it stops them from using the spicy oatmeal pizza, but I have a feeling they're probably going to cast it before I get to their life total that low anyway. Brilliance Unleashed, sure. I did see that one, but I didn't really read it. So you can choose one of both. 5 damage to target creature, and you can choose a target artifact card in your graveyard, return it to the battlefield if it's an artifact creature, otherwise return it as... So you can literally target any artifact card in your graveyard. It's not like limited by mana value. Otherwise return it as it becomes a... Sure. Oh, yeah, this is probably going to be it for me, I think. I know I've got 17 lands, but my curve seemed high that I felt like I needed, and they're just being able to, yeah. So I'm gonna have to probably kill the rock soldiers. So yeah, if I draw another land here, that's probably game. Okay, the Karai, which I can what? Return target creature card from your graveyard to their hand. If its sneak was pains, return to the battlefield. Is that, it says any creature. I probably want to get back the Mutamals maybe. Again, as a way just to get some bigger board presence instead of the Rat King, though I suppose that also makes a 1/1, which, so maybe I just get back the, and then this is 4, so it leaves me with, why is it doing that? So I'd be like 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Pay 2. And I guess I'm going to just hold back the rat. And so I can either, actually maybe the immutables might be better, because that makes a 3/3. And that just makes a 2/2 and a 1/1, so I probably just want to get the Mighty Mutables back, I think. I'd probably just make a 2/2. I might just make another 2/2 as a still trade instead of a 3/3, because then if I've got removal for the 3/3, then it's awkward to trade away their creatures. Old Hob 4/4 that says at the beginning of combat create a 2/2, and if it gains haste, destroy it. That's a pretty good goblin. One of those goblins cards, I can't remember what they're called. They all do the same thing, but that makes a 2/2 and target attacking creature gains indestructible. Well, should have made a 3/3 possibly now, but I guess they'd still have killed it with the oatmeal pizza, sure. So they're at 6. And I'm just going to take the 2. Yep. Into a foot soldiers. Well, I guess I'll April. Looking for some more, like, yeah, I've got so much removal. Like, where's my removal? Crazy. One, two, three, four. So I can actually cast this now, I suppose. And again, it's a nice blocker. And go back up to 11. So yeah, I've got, what, another Karai's technique somewhere. Obviously that's the second anchovy and pizza, which is good. So I guess they're technically on 9 life with their oatmeal pizza. So if I can get rid of, I guess I still probably want to kill the Hob, even though killing the Ultron scientists means that April can start attacking. Yeah, I probably definitely want to kill that now as well. They don't even attack. That's a free attack, you should have attacked. I might not have blocked. Okay. Nice. So then do I kill the pizza because then it stops them from gaining life? Probably, I would say so. Sure, so I'm going to kill the pizza because that stops them from gaining the life. Though, yeah, because I can block the 3/2 as well. And again, that point damage, the life difference might be important here. Sure. I'll leave one because of disappear. I'm going to attack with a 2/2, so I'm happy to trade a 2/2 for one of theirs. So I'm assuming they've got at least one land in hand. And that's a good one for them. It's a redraw. Start a flood out again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, so 7 left in 19. They've got 9. And again, I've probably got at least one in hand, I would say. Baxter Stockman. Yep. It's pretty good. With the vigilance. Pizza face. And begin your own step. That's super awkward. I guess I can put counters on April O'Neil. No, actually it creates a food, doesn't it? So I can, yeah, that's pretty handy. So I can just sack the food. And then maybe put it on the anchovy and pizza. Sure. I'm happy to take another 5, I think, now. Sure. Under 7. Yep. I can gain 15. 4, 5, 6. What's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can get. I'm technically can sack itself and gain 15. Do I want to? I guess the thing is, if I sack the anchovy and pizza, I can put counters actually on April and then next turn. I think I'm just going to have to pass. So 6 lands in 17 now. General Trog. You may sacrifice another that does 4 damage to target creature, so I'm guessing they're going to kill the Gastromancer, presumably. Well, let's gain 15 life. Come on, I need something. Okay, there we go. I can give something flying now. And then, no, that's not the one I could, oh, that's confusing with something else. Have I got that in my deck? The one that gives flying? I can't remember now. Okay, well, I'm going to do this now and just trade away the scientists, because then the Baxter Stockman doesn't have any time. Well, I guess that is an artifact, but I think it's still probably better to trade away the 2/2 for my 2/2. Down to 10. Tunnel Rats. Oh, whoops. Oh, I missed some damage there. Though, hopefully it won't make much difference. I forgot that this was the Alliance one. Well, pretty scrappy there, and the pizza face was probably the card that actually did it for me. That was Very scary there. So well, at least got one game under my belt, and I need how many to get back? So for the entry fee, you need 2 wins. Isn't that right? No, it's 900 gems. So to get at least your entry, 2 wins, and a third win, 3 wins to get more. I kind of feel like this deck is a little bit awkward. Like I kind of feel like maybe I wanted to run another early 2-drop, and then I'm not a massive fan of this land cycle, honestly. 5 mana 3, I guess it is a 3/3 and a 2/2, which again sort of works with sneak, but it's not really a card you're going to be sneaking later in late game, because if it's like a 3/3, there's nothing likely going to be able to hit in. And I didn't take the third Karai's technique, did I? So what was the one I was thinking of? It was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, High Flying Ace. So yeah, that was the card I thought that I was casting, which gave something flying, so that's actually pretty decent. Like maybe I can get away with 16 lands with 2 land cyclers, and then just maybe have 1 forest, even though it's a little bit awkward if I don't get the pizza face. But then having 2 forests, like in that first game, was horrendous, so it's probably not quite it's probably not quite exactly how I should be playing, but I think adding another 2-drop is probably what I'm looking to do. It just kind of feels like if I don't have any early plays, then it feels like I get so overrun by something. But anyway, let's go into our next game and see if my adjustment was either the death of me or a win or not. So I am first, and a 2-drop and another 2-drop, such can surveil. So maybe I want to April O'Neil or Ninja first. I guess being first, playing a 2/2 might be better than some 2/2. So okay, there's sneak. Yes, if I had another sneak, I think I would play it, but I think I need to set up maybe my draws for later on. Okay, so I'll have to go both of them now, so I can maybe sneak something through whatever they're going to be playing next. So they are on the disappear, and this is what, when it enters, you may search your library for a food. So I'm guessing they've got a anchovy and banana pizza, possibly, or even the pizza face. They've got a guac and marshmallow, which is flash, and enters target which get +2. So it's a combat trick which you can eventually sacrifice for some life. So a combat trick with some additional life. Pretty good. So I'm guessing there is a food of every colour, a pizza of every colour. They're just going to cast it to push. Nope, they've got their own sneak. When this deals combat damage to a player, you draw and lose. Okay, well, they're pushing damage, but they're also drawing and losing a life. Sure. Okay. Well, I probably want to keep my... So I'll happily trade the mechanized cavalry for their 3/1, which I'm assuming they're not going to. Then I can just sneak out my 5/5. And they're already down to 10 as well. So then next turn, and probably get to kill something that they cast. And again, get in with April versus their Oroku Saki. No, they are technically, I guess, on 13. That means them leaving up 2 mana. And they're just doing that to get in, I presume. Destroy one target artifact, China flying, create mutagen. Wow. So they are... Okay, they've got another sneak. And it is that, sure. So no damage, but they've obviously Okay, do I want to then... Oh, I don't have my second white, do I? Mana value 3, so yeah, I need my second white source. This is pretty awkward. Into a Michelangelo, which says, in the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left, put a counter on, which I don't have. And they've got another food. They've they've got loads of them. At the beginning of your combat, put a counter on Savanti, and you can draw X and lose X with X number of counters. So I can make a 5/5. It's the beginning of combat. Yeah, I think I need to try and find another planes, which I don't have. So I might just chump the creature. What? There's another Michelangelo. This one, it says each creature you control, the counter can't be blocked out. That's pretty good. I guess that's obviously maybe the counter I need to kill. They don't attack. Okay, well, kill the Michelangelo Game Master, I think. Go to combat. Draw 2. Still no lands. Wow. And I will start attacking now with this. So they obviously have to block something. I guess they'll trade, which is fine. And they don't block. Why? Why do they not block? Okay, let's have a look at their board state quickly just to see exactly why they didn't. Might get a bit of kind of understanding. So they would block here, take 2, go to 4. And they still then have another blocker next turn. Like, it's not like that sticks around. So I'm a bit confused, because then they would have had 2 cast out for 3. Then I still had 2 mana left over for being up to 9 life. But I guess I could have some removal and some more removal. So maybe they were just dead anyway. But I don't think they were dead exactly. But anyway, not going to complain. So 2 wins, so at least my entry fee back now, which is pretty good. So let's see if we can get at least one more game, and yeah, and hopefully the deck is a little bit better. I'm glad I actually did change or add in the new 2-drop in, because it kind of felt like maybe I just wanted some more early pressure and sneak enablers. But let's head on to the next game. Yeah, not too sure about this draft 2-pick. That's an awkward hand. Even though the draft was made for pick 2, I think I might actually give regular Premier draft a go, just because of having the 3 losses. It kind of, having 2 losses and being done just feels kind of feel bad a little bit, like you don't actually get to properly have a go at the deck. Okay, so we've got a land cycler and 3 drops. I don't technically need the land cycler, I guess. It's like the same thing as if I'm getting rid of a land, so we'll keep and just get rid of the land cycler, I think, here. Okey-dokey, so maybe we get a 2-drop against this. So what's this? Adds red, and you can only do it to cast artifacts or activate abilities of artifacts. Okay, I might want to cycle the Jenica 2, 3, 4. I guess I'm only 1 land from it, so it's probably don't need to. In the beginning of your instead of a permanent, so Rat King. I guess I'm just gonna play this 2/3 flyer, though maybe they've got like a counter. There is a counter, like there's a cancel, isn't there, with something? What is this? You can tap a creature And it enters or leaves. You can tap. That's pretty good. And draw 2. That's very good. That's a pretty good common, that is. Okay, well, I guess I'll attack. And again, I don't think I'm going to do this. I just cast another 3-drop. It looks like they're going to counter this. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. So I'd rather, I guess, them counter that. The next turn I can maybe Jenica, get a 3/3 and a 2/2. Oh yeah, it looks like they're missing lands. I presume with this. I'm actually going to untap that. Ah, okay. Maybe they've got something else in their hand which has got an artifact, so it'll be like 2 mana. Or you're going to use it for an attack, sure. Mutamals. Okay, do I... guess I probably just want to kill that now because of them missing lands. Might seem quite aggressive, but I think it's worth it to try and shut them off. Off mana if they missed a land drop. Was it 2 now, isn't it? So they got 7 cards in hand. Looks like they still might have missed another. What's this one? When it enters mill 2, draw 2, then discard 2. And then pay one of the blue and it comes level 2 and you can return up to 2 target artifacts from your graveyard to their hand. So they milled a Krang and Shredder and a land. Krang says enters or attacks his opponent, exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land, and at the beginning of your end step if a permanent left the battlefield you may cast the exile. Wow. Okie dokie. Okay. So they're missing black, unless they're actually just using it for blue. Actually, they might not have blue because of the hybrid cost. And it looks like they might still have missed land. That's really unfortunate. Because that was... okay, actually they did find something, which is pretty good. And they can then activate and return, I guess, the Sewer Surveillance Cam again. Or that's not an artifact, or the Nobody. I'm assuming maybe the Tapper, the cheap artifact. Oh, you get to do 2. Is that right? Up to 2. Wow, okay. Okay, I'm going to Mutamals. And then try and just push. And again, I think I'm going to put a counter on the flyer. So then next turn I can Jenica. Possibly I might want to exile something. And again, maybe put it on the 2/2, make a 3/3, and actually that would trigger twice, so I can maybe make a 3/3 and a 3/2, or a 2/2. So yeah, we'll see what they kind of play and what they get on the board, determine what I want to put the counters on. Like I'm a bit hesitant to put it on the flyer because if I put all of my eggs in one basket, it's going to be awkward to. Yeah, it's going to return it. That's fine. Okay, Leonardo's technique, actually that would have been a good one too if countered. Okay, so I might want to just make a 4/4 now. Though I can exile mana value 3 or less, and this is, yeah, so I think I'll probably have to make a 4/4 here. And I can probably attack with the Rat King anyway, because I can then get it back if it blocks there. So I'm going to do this. So you're going to get in for 4, or at least get in for 1 and then a trade. That's fine. What's the top one? At the beginning of combat, you put 3 counters on a target artifact, and if it isn't, it's so sure. Okay, so I could probably Death in the Family. Well, I don't think I want to kill that, honestly. When it dies, you get to draw a card. I guess the exile is relevant if to stop them from drawing a card, but doesn't seem particularly great. Okay, has this got flash? It does not have flash. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna... They got another counter maybe? I don't know if there's any protection spells where there might be like a kind of like a, is it dive under, whatever it's called, like something gives hexproof and something. Okay, now they've got a flash tapper. Oh, that's actually got flash itself, sure. Well, I'm just gonna push everything. So obviously they've got to block something. No, they have to block the Jenica unless they've got something. So that's 5 damage. They got bounce, manhole, sure. And they get to draw, which is fine. So maybe... Because what did I do? So I did the anchovy and pieces. So yeah, maybe they cast the nobody. When it enters, you can return up to one other target artifact. I'm probably going to cast the nobody, maybe bounce the surveillance camera again, possibly. Tap down the 4/4. So I might want to just get the flyer down. Yeah, I still think they're in this game. Just, well, the amount of cards that they've got also. I can get back what though? Not much. I guess the flyer. Alright then. They have got a 5/5. And they grabbed something which I don't know about. Ninja. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to go for both. They've got a tapper, haven't they? Ah, they've got a second one. Ah, so awkward. Okay, well I'm just going to have to get my flyer down. And pass the turn. Just need them to have nothing for like one turn. So maybe actually that's what they grabbed from the sideboard. Was a second one. Sure. Well, I probably want to just... They've clearly got something. I don't know. I know of one board wipe, but I don't know of anything else. So I'm just going to take it. Because they've clearly got something, because otherwise they wouldn't be attacking. Because they are... Basically nearly every creature is removed. Sorry, is lethal. Yep. So they can tap down, I guess, the flyer or the 4/4, I suppose. Because I'm assuming they will tap maybe the 4/4 trade, and then he would then take 2 to the bottom. Oh, of course they can maybe untap their flyer. Yeah, that makes sense. And they can also then got another tapper. Okay, well I guess I'm going to death the flyer now. And a swamp. No, it doesn't drain, it only gains life. And this is for 4 and 8. Guess I can give the 4/4 no, because they're just going to tap down something, aren't they? So it's a little bit awkward. I guess I really needed like... I might just have to cast this for to get a flyer back. Or actually, if I get back the Rat King and then sacrifice the Anchovy to get another 1/1, I can get both, can't I? Lovely. I forgot. Yeah, wow. It's 2, it's not up to 3 mana kind of thing. So I think I'll still sacrifice the pizza again to trigger the disappear on the Rat King. Go to combat. So they're going to tap down something. They don't. So what does that mean? I should have probably waited until casting the Leonardo's technique until after, yeah, because if I don't cast it, okay, I'm just going to sacrifice this, I think. Trigger the this as well. I'm going to give you instab if I was going to get to scry. So bottom any lands. That's probably fine to keep, as instead of a random, it's got Death Touch as well. So I think I'll keep that. Because then I can give again this flyer. So I've got lethal in the air with essentially 3 flyers. Okay, so if they leveled up the machines, that would put 3 counters on something. Would have 3 blockers, and then would go, I guess, block. Still take lethal in the air, so even them leveling up the machines is probably not great, though they do have, again, another tapper, so they've got 4, 5, 6, 7. Excuse me, got 5, 6, so 2 left over. Another fly. Is that like the 3rd one that they've got? 1, 2, 3. I guess it is a pretty decent card. And nothing. Okay, so I think I'm just swinging out essentially and trying to foot ninjas. So I've got to combat. Casting. Okay, so they can tap down 2 things. Okay, so that would be 3 blockers, tap down 2. So I guess it'll be a flyer, and maybe, I guess they're not too fussed about maybe the 4/4. Yep. They might tap the 4/4, sure. So then they just move 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. So they should still be dead. Should still be dead. Lovely. Ooh, seeing a mythic kind of getting cast is always scary. And yeah, their deck was actually pretty good, like kind of very, very kind of tempo. Maybe the artifacts are kind of very heavy tempo with the sewer surveillance, and then just constantly being able to like bounce it with the nobodies, and even these buzzbots are pretty good as just flying kind of. They can kind of get poke damage and then draw cards later on, but was able to get there in the end. Wow. Okay. Let's go on to our last game, the final boss, and you get, was it 1303 packs? Yeah, I'm still not too sure about the pick 2. I think I do kind of still prefer Premier Draft. So give that one the go and then make my decision whether kind of I want to progress forwards with the pick 2s versus the premieres. But currently I think premiere is still leaning into my kind of my preferred format, but again might be a little bit different when it comes to the lower the amounts of cards. There's obviously a reduced amount of cards, but anyway, let's see what we've got. So we've got some 2-drops, some removal, 3-drop, which isn't doing too much at the moment, but I think it's worth a keep being first. Good to have a 2-drop early, so maybe we can get like an early sneak possibly. Okay, another red black artifacts. Okay, so I might want to actually get maybe the mighty mutamals first, possibly. Well, so yes, it's a 4-drop, so I guess it depends. I might want to high flyer first. So what does this one do? Makes a 1/1, and you can pay 5 to deal 3 damage to something. Sure. Well, they might be forced to block because of the sneak. They might be incentivized to. Maybe give them a little kind of pause to see if they were like, oh, maybe they've got something. Okay, so now I'm just looking for basically my 5th land to try and get this Savanti down as quickly as possible, because that can immediately just snowball into something. Ultron Scientists. Yep, lovely. It's a nice blocker there. Okay, do I return a target creature card from a graveyard to your hand? Nah, pretty rubbish. I think I'm just going to stay on defense at the moment. I don't think I want to just cast this on as a 3/3. It seems pretty lackluster. Missing land there is a little bit awkward. Though I will trade with the rats as I can just get it back. It's not the most exciting card to get back from the graveyard, but at least it's a little bit of value if I do get to sneak out the Kurai. And they don't do anything. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to kill their 2/2, I suppose, just to use my mana. And if they want to use a counter, then by all means. There seemed to be a little bit of kind of graveyard recursion as well. That's super awkward. Well, 16 lands and 2 land cyclers. Would have thought they would have at least got something by now, but not much I can do about that. And I don't think I want that at all. It's pretty bad. Same, it's not a surveil, but I think that would be a bit overpowered. Okay, now honestly, I think I'm now just going to cast as a 3/3, as it being awkward as it is. And yeah, missing land for 2 turns now might put me a bit too far behind to come back. But I think if I can sneak out the foot ninjas again, maybe that pulls me forward just a little bit. But I just need a second swamp. Otherwise, this is yeah, not really going to be much of a game. So they do have removal, though it's 5 mana to do. Okay, so we did hit something, and I will do both. I'm happy to trade some 2/2s for something if they need be. Though this is actually a cast sneak, so they can technically counter this. So they do have the counter. Or is there 5 mana removal? There is. Becomes a turtle, sure. So there's a flash removal. What the heck? Arcbound Ravager as a... Wow, that's... What? Well, that's probably game, honestly. I do have Anchovy Banana Pizza, but with the whole free ability, it's just... You can never... I don't think you can ever really kill Arcbound Ravager. It's going to be so hard to do. Well, I guess I'm going to be staying on defense quite a bit. And again, I'm thinking I might put it on the token instead of the Karai. There's no point putting it on the foot ninjas, I don't think. So I think I'm just going to make a 3/3. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's no point in them doing it now. So what I kind of need is, because it's instant, I don't understand why they did that. Okay, green. So maybe they've got some protection, or they've got their own pizza face. But I can just keep chumping, I suppose, a couple of turns. Okay, might want to get, I guess, actually chumping with the tunnel rats is pretty good. But maybe I want to start drawing with the Savanti still, because I'm just so far behind in my card draw. So put a counter on Savanti and then draw X. I guess I could put the counter on itself to draw at least 2 this turn instead of the 1. Though it looks like they've got some removal. It's a little bit unfortunate. Sure. I guess that's their green card. So yeah, a little bit punished there now for actually putting it, but I wasn't really expecting green fight spells from blue red. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is, well, because I would double block, because then it forces them to try and get rid of all of their artifacts. Create a token. So if I create another creature or token. Maybe to sacrifice, draw a card, activate as a sorcery. Okay, so they've gone for that. Well, I guess what I should do. Well, I need double removal, don't I? Because I need to kill this, and then whatever then they modular on, I need then removal for that as well. So I think I'm just gonna tunnel rats and just chump block, I suppose. And now I'm just looking for like green, maybe. Okay, now they might go all in on the buzz bots, possibly. Foot ninjas. Guess I just cast that as a 5/5. Sure. Well, they might actually have a counter, I'm guessing. Because that subtle arena pause is definitely telling that they've got something. Again, I'm not dead from them, so be 1, 2, 3. They've got a sneak. Okay, now you may put a creature or land from your hand onto the battlefield. Yeah. And okay. Okay. April O'Neil. Yep. Maybe I can scry the removal. Okay, they don't do anything. Have I used it? Yeah, I've used it, haven't I? Okay, so I need to. I still need to. I do have some removal still, but it might be a little bit awkward. I might have to just anchovy and pizza the buzz bots, possibly. I think I need to stay back still. Again, I can still keep chumping with the tunnel rats. I can get in. Oh no, because they've got 1, 3, so it doesn't do much. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 counters, 5 counters. So right, 1, 2, 5, so 9. So that would then become a 10. 10, is that right? No, because it would. No, 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 counters. Put 3 counters on there for 7. Sacks itself to put 8. So yeah. Okay, but at least them sacking that and drawing is reducing the amount of counters the Arcbound Ravager can deal with. But Arcbound Ravager in this format seems wild, seems so good. Leonardo's Technique. I don't have any hits. This is only for 3 mana. Kind of feel like I want to maybe push. Yeah, I guess trading like a 6/6 for something is pretty rubbish. Guess if I attack with the Karai and the April O'Neil, I guess they just eats, doesn't really do much, so my attacks are pretty, yeah, I think them having that Ice Cream Kitty is probably also really awkward for the April O'Neil. They've got a tapper, sure. That's also fine. Not too fussed about that as well. And they're just immediately drawing 2 and they're going to tap down something else, sure. So they're probably going to be doing a big attack next turn, or say this turn I should say maybe. Raphael, wow, they've got all of the mythics. So this is, Raphael must be blocked, and whenever is dealt damage, that's the enraged one, yeah, must be blocked, okay. It's not too bad because my big creatures are going to untap this turn. Okay, so I'm going to trade. So I get rid of I'm okay to trade, I think, for there, that's fine. Thinking if I anything else I can get back. Guess I can tempted to get maybe back these 2. Or if I do this, because if they've got a combat trick, that might still trade. I'm just going to do this in case they've got a combat trick of some sort. And they're just going to kill the Karai, that's fine. So into their own April, sure. Which says whenever you draw, okay, yeah. So if I got back the Karai, doesn't do anything. I guess return target creature covering will grow to that. I guess I get back Savanti, but Savanti is not doing too much. But again, it might be a way to just start drawing and finding some more removal. Maybe I can draw my green source or something. Okay, probably don't want to make a 7/7 because that doesn't really do much here. Guess I can make another, I can make a 4/4. Or I can maybe make April O'Neil a 3/3, and then I can attack in if they want to trade or whatever. So yeah, I think I'm going to start attacking with the April O'Neil because then they've only got like a couple of good blocks from it. So they're just gonna, I guess I can chump activate, but again it's still forcing them to use the Arcbound Ravager, because I think the Arcbound Ravager again is still going to be the thing that's probably going to kill me. Well, they've obviously missed a point of damage. They've got a Donatello, and you control, draw a card, yep. And they've got another one, so maybe they already had one in hand. But yeah, this blue-red artifacts deck is like seems super grindy, and actually pretty fun. I might try and have a go at that. Okay, so Again, I'll force them to basically try and get rid of all of their... Because it only goes on to artifacts, doesn't it, as well? Modular. This enter... When it enters with the counter, and when it dies, you may put it on an attack. So yeah, you can only put it onto artifacts as well. So I need to basically get rid of all of their artifacts from the board as quickly as possible. Yep. 12 cards. They've drawn twice as many cards as I have. Okay, so I'll put 1 on the April O'Neil, but I probably want to make something else a bit bigger now. Could make a 6/6. Because then that can start attacking in, though the Arcbound Ravager will be... would be nice if they stopped actually drawing artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, and they could have 16, so they've got at least 5 or 6 lands in their 11. What was that? So no, it's got a land as well now. Well, I guess they can jump with their and again I should probably attack with, trying to say if maybe attack with a token, but I guess it just trades with a 4/4. I'm just going to attack with the O'Neil again, maybe force them to continue just to sacrifice. They're just going to take it. Wow, okay. Really need a land. Maybe it's time to pull the Arcbound Ravager now because they don't have a flyer. I think it's probably correct that they still might have that counter in hand still. They didn't go for full attack. Okay, so I'm going to put it on either there or there, and I'm assuming, yeah, they're kitty because they're just using it as a draw. But at least I've kind of got some blockers, sorry, a way to trade. So yeah, I think them not having a flyer and a trample when it never land taps for mana, another rare. Maybe that's another green that they're playing for. Whenever land taps for mana, so taps for 2 basically. So 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 12 mana. And I'll keep the banana and pizza. So they've only got 1 blocker now for the April. They've only got 1 blocker for the April. I'm just going to take it. Okay, and I'll probably do this and sacrifice my anchovy banana pizza just to trigger. Oh, I missed a point of damage. Okay, I probably still do want to put it on the April because they don't have it. It forces a chump. They're saying good games. Does that mean they've got a board wipe of some sorts? Not too sure. And I think I'm just going to make this have some counters and keep this for some life. So I'm on 25 life. And they're just, okay. I think I probably was a bit too hesitant on what on pulling the anchovy and pizza, but I think I guess I understand why they didn't go all in the Arcbound Ravager onto like other flyers in case I did have removal, but I think that's probably a risk you take. But anyway, first draft of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the pick 2 and my pretty average deck, I would kind of say. I don't think it was the best sneak deck that there was. I think I've probably got more lucky than good in this deck, but I think probably playing actually the Mechanized Ninja or adding in the additional one is probably better. But I think overall the format seems pretty good. I really want to do something with this Kitsune's technique, though it seems probably more fun than it is good, especially as there is some kind of graveyard mechanics in the format. So a little bit risky, but it seems pretty fun to try and maybe have at least one go with it eventually. But anyway, thank you again for watching. That was the deck for the first ever draft, and I will see you in the next one.